I'm coming in loud and clear. Might hear me on the radio. Breaker, breaker, 19. Anybody got their ears on?
Hey guys, it's Eric here at Farpoint Farms. Tonight, I wanted to show off this. This is the smallest CB antenna on the market right now. This is the President New Virginia. Now, they had a version that was very similar to this called the New York or New New York, but this is the New Virginia, and it has got some improvements on it. It is, I think, the easiest antenna to install. It requires no adjustment. It's pre-tuned at the factory. I'm going to go ahead and get it out of the box here, and I'll go over some of this stuff. Now, this is the type of antenna that you would find in a car that maybe the owner doesn't want to have that look, if you know what I mean. It really mimics the look of a regular car antenna. In fact, I have the old New Yorker. I had one of those on my Mirage for the longest time, and I just finally upgraded. But we were looking to put one on my wife's car, and she said this was the type that she found to be most reasonable for her car. As you can see, it is a short antenna. I would say that is 18, maybe 20 inches at most. Now, the base is a rubber coating, but it is a magnet mount, and it does move some. You can see right here, it's a little hard to see, but it'll be easier to see when the antenna is actually screwed into it. But that moves back and forth, and so you have some adjustments that you can make there as far as how you want the stance on your car. You gotta have it raked back, raked forward, or straight up and down. And of course, that will affect the SWR just so slightly, but upright being the best you could have. But I had mine in the swept back position like this, and it worked beautifully. I had a 1.2 to a 1.3 across all 40. So very, I don't know what kind of magic they did inside this thing, but it was pretty cool. Now, one thing you'll see here that is, I've heard some people back when the New York was on the market, they were saying that this antenna wiring is so thin that it's just not really all that great. But I got to be honest with you, we did range tests with the old New Yorker and got a good solid 5 miles out of it. I have no doubt that this one will perform similarly when we install it here. And so we got that. Now, the kit doesn't come with a whole lot. Got a nice sticker, #1 CB President, and engineered to be the very best, the New Virginia. It says it has a 10-year warranty, which is outstanding, I would say. And we'll go over some of the specs here. It is a quarter wave antenna, so you do have windings, but they're all hidden down inside here. 50 ohms. A frequency coverage is 26 to 28. It is meant for vertical installation. Pre-adjusted SWR is a 1.1 to 1. Again, on my car, I had it all the way at the back of that car, and it was a 1.2 to 1.3. But I imagine if you set that centered on a roof of a car, you'd probably get a little better there. Has a plus 3 dBi gain. It does have a max power rating of 250 watts, which is quite a bit. Bandwidth is 800 kilohertz. It weighs 0.210 kilograms, so very light. It is 500 millimeters, so those are. And it also says here, weather channel compatible. So that's one of the main reasons that they upgraded this thing. The old New Yorker was not. The New Virginia, however, is compatible with weather channel reception, and so that's kind of a nice thing. But you can see here, if I set it on the table, I'll kind of move off to the side here so you can see it against the white background. But it's kind of a nice looking antenna. It's got the look to it. It looks like something you would see on a modern car. And while it's not going to be talking all over the world, for the majority of people who own CB radios and have them in their car, they're only looking for 2 miles, maybe 3 miles of range, and that is to find out what's going on ahead of us. What's the traffic? Is there any kind of road condition I need to be aware of? Recently in the news, there was this fog out in the Midwest, and there was a horrible pileup, and a lot of people unfortunately lost their lives in that. You have to wonder, had more people had CB radios in their car and been alerted to the fact that there was an issue up ahead, if we might have saved some lives with that. Well, later on, you will see this installed on my wife's car. She has graciously allowed me to finally install a permanent setup in her car. And so we're going to do that before the first snowfall, which is coming on quickly. So I'll go through that with you. And if you're interested in the range, Well, you can look back to my New Yorker antenna review. We did a range test with it.
President Bill range test at fire. President Bill range test at fire. President Bill range test at truck. President Bill range test at truck. President Bill range test at cats. President Bill range test at cats. Lots and lots of cats. President Bill range test at church. President Bill range test at church. President Bill range test at gate. President Bill range test at gate. President Bill range test. President Bill range test at barn. At barn.
This is going to perform comparably, but like I said, this also includes the ability to have weather channel reception, which is kind of a nice feature. I haven't found any issue using this on either my Outlander or my Mirage. If that were to change on my wife's new winter car, well, I'll let you know, but I doubt it. Anyway, that'll do it for tonight. I do have another awesome radio antenna from President that I'll do here in a few weeks, and that one is going to go onto one of our other cars. So we're just upgrading antennas left and right here on the farm. Till next time, my friends, take care.